Hi, everyone. So today I'm going to do a quick picks style tarot reading for our daily collective conscious to see what comes out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card from the Light Seers, from the Everyday Witch, and from the Rider-Waite deck. And then once I've picked those cards, then you can decide which of the three resonates the most with you. And we will go from there. You can check your timestamp for where to find your card. So from the Light Seers deck, we have the Four of Swords. From the Everyday Witch, we have the Chariot. And from the Rider-Waite, finally we have the Empress. So as you ponder and consider which of these cards feels like it matches your energy the most, I did want to say that I am picking up an energy of there's someone in your energy who is a little bit tricky, and I've been getting that a lot lately. But even though this person is in your energy and very squarely in your energy, I think they're a very prominent part of your life at the moment. I do also get the sense that you are being protected from that energy, and also you're being almost lifted out and away from it. So it almost feels like there's a person around you who has a victim mentality or a lack mentality, and it's something that feels to me like you're rising above it. So maybe you're raising your vibration, maybe your ancestors and guides are stepping in. I don't quite know yet, but that's the overall energy that I'm getting. So meanwhile, once you decide which of the cards, the Four of Swords, the Chariot, or the Empress, then go ahead and click on the timestamp and I will see you there. So for those who chose the Four of Swords from the Light Seers deck, so the energy that's coming off of this Four of Swords is one of you feeling very stable. So if you watched the intro of this video, I've already mentioned that there is someone in your energy who feels very tricky, but it feels like you're rising above that. So whatever it is to you, who that person is, who maybe has a lack mentality or a victim mentality, it feels like you're being protected from it. And that's what this Four of Swords is really kind of showing me, that you're at peace, regardless of the chaos or the drama that may be going on around you. If that seems like it works in your situation, make it make sense for you. But whatever is going on around you, you really seem to be at peace with the whole thing. So that is going to be, I feel like, an important part of this reading. But I'm going to do a 9-card spread with some clarifiers and probably a chakra card, maybe an oracle card, and an ancestor message to see if what we can find out. So it seems like already with the sun, wow, and the world, the sun and the world, come on. Wow. Okay. So with the sun coming in here, it seems like you're having trouble perhaps putting something to an end, that you're really, the success that you want to see come from whatever this relationship is for you. So whether this is a romantic relationship, if this is a colleague, if this is a boss, there's certainly a person in your energy that is really preventing you from really being able to put the final nail in the coffin, so to speak, on this situation. You're feeling as though you've completed it, though. You feel pretty good about it, but for some reason, there's steps that still need to be taken, or still things that need to be done in order to really reach this true happiness that you're looking for. This Five of Swords is confirming what I said about having a person in your energy who seems a bit tricky. It does seem that recently there's someone here for you who maybe is playing mind games. Maybe they have a lack mentality, a victim mentality. That may be what I was picking up earlier. But it does feel like there's someone who's giving you some kind of strife or causing you some kind of strife, which is why it's really nice to see this Four of Swords energy that you chose, which tells me that even though they may be trying to cause some kind of drama, that you're not really affected by it. You're just like, okay, well, whatever. And you go back to eating your sandwich or whatever you were doing. That their drama is not really affecting you. Maybe perhaps the way it used to in the past, which is why this World card is showing up here, because you feel like you have completed this cycle. You're saying, okay, I've untied that karmic knot. So why am I still dealing with this? So with the Sun, we have the Nine of Cups coming in, and that is pretty clear to me that you still have not reached this joyous feeling here that this person on this card has, that you've still not reached that. And maybe you're trying to understand why, because with the World and this Ace of Swords coming in here, again, you feel like you see the truth. You feel like you understand exactly what has gone on here with this person who's perhaps deliberately trying to cause you strife, or at a minimum is just aggravating you because they're always talking about, oh, poor me, and I don't have this and I don't have that. But you feel like you've completed this cycle. So you're saying, so why don't I feel good? Why doesn't it feel like I've completed the cycle, even though I feel like I have? Hopefully that made sense. With the Five of Swords, we're getting the Lovers. So this is a very significant soul contract that we're talking about here with the Lovers. The Lovers does not necessarily mean that it is a love or romantic interest, although it certainly could be. So you will know in your own situation if the person in your romantic life has been causing you strife, or if they have sort of a lack mentality. But whoever it is, if it's a coworker, if it's a friend, if it's a family member, it really doesn't matter. What this tells me is that this is a soul contract. It's a very significant soul contract, and you're very aware of that, because with the World card showing up here, it tells me that you really understand that there is something here that you have to wrap up. You're like, I need to wrap this up, but there's something I'm missing. So let's keep going. So you have the Four of Wands, you have the Page of Wands, and you have the Knight of Swords. So this is a similar message that the Sun and the Nine of Cups, this Four of Wands is giving off kind of a similar energy, that you're very focused on reaching a milestone with this. You're very focused on completing this cycle. So that's a good step, because if you're trying to manifest that in the end of this cycle, if you're trying to manifest that in, then that's a really good sign. Let me make sure you guys can see this whole spread. Then that's a really good sign that your manifestations are coming in, because you're concentrating so much on it. Because that's kind of a very key part of manifesting the things that you want in your life, is by really keeping your focus on it. So this is good that I'm seeing the Four of Wands here, because it does tell me that you are focused on that. So, but right around the corner for you in your very near future, we have the Page of Wands. So I think you're going to be hit with some kind of inspiration, some kind of idea that you can take action on, that's going to help you kind of tie up the rest of this contract that you have with this person. Because you do see yourself as chasing after that idea. You really, really want to hunt down this idea of what it is you're supposed to do to eliminate in one way or another this Five of Swords energy. So whether that's just solving the problem and communicating with this person, or if it means cutting off all contact or ties with this person altogether, if that's the only way to remove this contract from your soul, to be able to remove yourself from the situation. Regardless of that, you know you want to do that. And once you do that, you will have reached this Sun and Nine of Cups and Four of Wands energy. But right now, these are just showing up in the things that you've not yet reached, but you're very focused on. So, and you're taking action. You're focusing on it. And with this Knight of Swords, you're taking action on it, which I can understand why I got this energy of you're a little bit confused. Like, I thought I closed out this cycle. I untied the karmic knot. So why am I still dealing with this person? I don't really understand. So here's the problem, because we keep seeing this devil. So the devil is showing up with the Four of Wands, and you're really focused on that. So this may be slowing things down a bit. So if this person in your energy, it's kind of giving a feeling perhaps of a codependency. You may be dealing with a codependent person, not necessarily, but I am getting that feeling that you might still be hanging on to them because you feel some sort of way. You feel like you want to take care of them. Maybe they kind of guilt trip you into continuing to do whatever it is you've been doing for them. That if you cut them off completely, they're going to make you feel like you've done something just horrible and tragic to them, which often people who are already starting out with a lack sort of mentality, that can tend to go that way for those of us who are empaths and those who are compassionate and those of us who like to give and to heal. That may be what's happening here, is you could be holding yourself back with this devil coming in here, that you're still attached in some ways. So even though you feel like you've completed the cycle, there is something else that you still have yet to do. But with this Ten of Swords showing up right here, this is also, again, this feels like good news in the sense that you are going to put an end to it, and it's coming up in your very near future. And that's what I was saying. You're going to have this stroke of I want to call it luck. You're going to have some kind of an epiphany. You're going to have some sort of inspiration that comes in, some idea that comes in that you can really chase down, that's going to help you put a 10 of Swords in this, to help you just kind of stick a fork in the whole thing, as I like to say. So an example of that may be if you're dealing with a codependent person, for example, and you feel like you can't really release them, but then something happens that it makes it almost impossible for you to ignore that. So if you are dealing with a romantic relationship, for example, and you're looking through that person's phone and you see a text message come through that is highly inappropriate for someone who has a romantic partner, something like that, something that's going to be the tipping point where you're going to say, okay, that's what I needed. Now I can finally detach from this devil energy. You gave me all the reasons I needed to exit stage left. So that's what I'm getting with this Page of Wands. It's like there's something coming in. There's information or news coming in that is going to finally let you release this thing, is I'm feeling very strongly there. But currently, you're coming in as the Knight of Swords and the Two of Swords. So this is very reflective of this devil energy here, where you're like, okay, but I'm chasing after this truth. I know this is a soul contract. I know I need to put an end to it. I thought I did. But this Two of Swords showing up here is just proving to me that you're still wavering on it, at least a bit. And this devil energy is confirming that. So the devil and the Two of Swords are both confirming each other that you are still tied to this. Whether you know it or like it, you still are. So that's what I'm getting there. But let's keep going. So then we have another page, the Page of Swords, the Moon, and the Six of Wands. So you have been, perhaps, to go back to this idea that there's some information coming in that's going to help you finally put an end to all this nonsense. It seems like you've been focusing on that concept, especially with the Knight of Swords. It's like you're really trying to track down what you need in order to put an end to this. And I hope that makes sense. But in your environment is a Page of Swords. So this tells me that someone is coming in with the information, which matches the energy in your near future of a Page of Wands. That's information coming in. This is information coming in. This is someone coming in with information. It's in your environment and it's in your near future. So I do feel like you're about to learn something. And you're about to learn something that's going to finally be the thing that you're able to cut that cord, cut that tie, cut that contract, whatever it is, that's going to finally release you from this Two of Swords and devil energy. You're going to feel finally released from it. It's almost like you're going to get an assist from the universe, which is what I was saying earlier, that I feel like you're being lifted out of it, or your vibration is being raised or something, just to get you out of this person's energy. So with the Page of Swords, we're getting the Star. So this is your environment. The environment is one of healing, which exactly matches this Four of Swords. So you've done a lot of work in just raising your own vibration. And that's why the universe, with this Star card, because this is a major arcana, so I know there's spirituality involved in this, but that's why the Star card is showing up here in your environment, because as we just said, the universe wants to give you an assist in getting past this contract, because in essence, you are done. In essence, you have learned the lessons. It's like on paper, you know how to do it, but now you just have to go and do it. So for example, you know, when you're learning to drive a car, when you're getting a driver's license, there's a significant part of that practice that happens in a classroom. So you understand the rules of the road, you understand how to drive and those types of things that come along with driving. But obviously that's not enough to get a driver's license. So that's kind of my point here, that you've learned all the classroom lessons when it comes to this person. You know what the problem is and why and what to do. It's just a matter of doing those final last road tests, so to speak, in order to then be able to graduate from this and actually get your driver's license, to use that metaphor. But the universe is certainly helping you, because the universe knows you aced that written test. So now there's kind of an assist here with having you pass the road test. So with the moon, we're getting the Five of Wands. And so, you know, I do think I want to start with the Six of Wands here as your outcome, because this is really hopeful. This is you passing the road test. This is you being recognized by the universe and your guides and your ancestors that you did complete this contract. So I did want to start with that, to be able to show you that that's the good news, right? Is that with all this work that you've done, you're going to get there. This information that's coming in, these last bits of information that you didn't know before, that you're about to know, are the thing that's going to finally put an end to this whole thing, nonsense, as we called it. So, but I think there is some element of you here still, which matches the energy of the Devil and the Two of Swords still, that there's almost a part of you that maybe perhaps your shadow side, with the moon and the Five of Wands showing up here, it does sort of make me feel that there is a part of you that maybe engages in the drama. Maybe it's to keep this person's attention. There could be a number of reasons why one would do that. So I'm not coming down on you at all. I hope you don't think that. I'm just trying to help you see the situation for the way the energy is showing up. And that might help you to finally release this. Because it does seem with this Four of Swords in here that you've really kind of learned to reconcile that maybe you already know that, which was part of the written test, right? In our metaphor. So, which is exactly why the universe wants to help you through this. I think this was just a bit of information that's coming through, and it's not even going to be for all of you, that if you are used to chaotic and combative types of relationships in your life, it could even be stemming from childhood for some of you, that there could be an element of that for someone here as well. So, and then finally, it's fascinating, with the Six of Wands, we're getting the Tower. So this is how I know that when you get this victory, when you pass this road test, everything is going to be different now. Your entire life, it's going to open up huge doors for you when it comes to a spiritual level, because that's what happens. You get your driver's license and all of a sudden the whole world opens up for you. Everything about this relationship crumbles to the ground the way that towers do. But in this sense, it's not a bad tower. It might be for your person. Your person might not see it coming, but the entire relationship, the foundation of the relationship that was never a good foundation in the first place, based on what I'm seeing here, that needed to come down anyway. And that's the universe still continuing to assist you. I think the bottom line here is, though, that you are a very spiritual person. You're psychic by nature, or at a minimum, you're very intuitive, and that you have already figured most of this out on your own, especially with the World card falling here with the Ace of Swords. You already knew this. This is just your confirmation if you needed to, that just wait, because right around the corner in your near future, it's already in your environment. Someone, perhaps in the 3D, certainly in the spiritual realms, you're going to find out some information from them. And it's going to be the thing you needed to finally close the door on this, lock the deadbolt, board it up, whatever you have to do, but it's going to give you that energy you needed in order to be able to move past this contract. So, wow, that's so interesting. So let's get a chakra card so we can get just a little tiny bit more information for you. So we have the heart chakra with love. So yeah, for many of you, I think this is a love situation, but it could be family, but it doesn't have to be. I think that this is about you and your heart chakra. This is about you loving yourself and knowing that you've done the work. And so now it's just really time to release this person and release this 5 of Swords, release the strife and head towards your 6 of Wands and your happiness, because you've already reached a really decent amount of peace here. Now let's move towards happiness. So this is about self-love and your heart chakra. So I'd like to get a big picture oracle card for you too. So we have the bear. This is you stepping into your power, which is everything we've been saying, that there is just one last big, bold move you have to make when you find out whatever this information is that's coming in for you. And then that's it. And then you'll know what a badass you are and that you loved yourself and you were able to complete this contract, which is what most of our contracts are about, are learning our own power, standing in our own power. And look at that. From your ancestors, we pulled gotta go, which is exactly what we've been talking about. Get out of this energy, get away from this nonsense, get away from these shenanigans of this person. And there you go. So that's the reading. So please let me know how this was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye. So for those of you who chose the Chariot from the Everyday Witch Tarot, this is your reading. So if you saw the intro to this reading, I was talking about how it feels like there is a person in your energy who is a little bit tricky. But it also feels like you are rising above it, that you're being either lifted out of it by ancestors and guides, or perhaps you're just raising your own spiritual vibration. But there is someone around you who it really feels like they're in some kind of a lack mentality when it comes to something. So we'll pull some more cards and see what we can find out. But you chose the Chariot, which makes me think that you are the one who is raising your own vibration. Perhaps there's a little bit of wind in your back from the universe, but for the most part, it looks as though you have really kind of taken things into your own hands, and you've used a lot of discipline to get through whatever this sticky situation is that you're in with this person, whoever they are for you. So I'm going to do a 9-card spread with some clarifiers, and then I'll do some chakra cards, oracle cards, and an ancestor message to see what else we can find out. So you are dealing with some kind of conflict here, which is exactly what I was sensing, that there's someone here in your energy who may be creating conflict. Because the 3 of Swords is really about the creation of conflict. It's about the expansion of conflict. It's kind of taking an already bad situation and making it worse. So I do kind of think that we're already picking up on the energy here of someone who probably just, well, I don't know yet. I can't say for sure yet, but there's definitely someone here who's creating some conflict for you. I'm also getting the Two of Cups at the bottom here. So this is probably, for the vast majority of you, this is going to be a romantic relationship. It does not have to be, but it has that feel. This could be a partner. It could be a family member. Make it make sense. But it does have the feel with the Two of Cups and the Three of Swords. It does feel like a romantic relationship. So if you feel that you have a romantic partner who seems to be creating a lot of conflict, then you're in the right place. You're feeling like you're picking up on this, though. You're feeling like with the Ace of Swords here that it's almost like your throat chakra and maybe your third eye chakra have really opened up. So, and you're starting to see the truth that this person may be self-sabotaging, this person may be sabotaging the relationship, but it's like you almost kind of know that this person is the problem. You have that kind of truth coming through you. And with the Magician here, I think that you recently have been thinking about making a fresh start. So this could be, wow, I was just talking about the throat chakra and now my throat chakra is acting up. So anyway, you recently have been either thinking about starting new with perhaps without this person, or, and we'll see as we go, you could be trying to manifest this same relationship, but just in a way where this person shows up in a better way for you, in a way that feels more supportive and less conflict. So that could be what the Magician here means in this position. So we have the Three of Swords with the Two of Cups, which we've already said feels like a romantic partner who may be deliberately causing some conflict. Then we have the Ace of Swords coming in with the Knight of Swords. And these are similar messages. And this is about communication. This is about the throat chakra, which we've already mentioned. And it's like you feel like you really want to tell this person, you want to communicate to them everything that you think you know about this, that, hey, you seem to be the problem in this situation. So what's the deal? Like, I think you want to, this is the feeling that like you understand what's going on, but now you need to explain it to them. Maybe you have tried to explain it. Maybe you're avoiding trying to explain it, but you certainly feel like you want to in this energy. And then with the Magician, we have the Nine of Cups. So again, this could be, it's starting to feel like you're trying to manifest this same person, but just in a different way. But it doesn't have to be, because it may be that you're just manifesting something that feels better with the Nine of Cups, regardless if it's this person or not. So we'll have to keep going and see where this is taking us. But with the Fool card coming here, it does make me think that you want a brand new start. And again, it could be that you're wavering between just starting over in a different relationship, starting over being by yourself, or starting over with this person that maybe perhaps you just got off on the wrong foot. And it could be true for everybody, which is, or all of those things could be true for some and each of you is what I meant. Because this is not super clear with the Magician and the Nine of Cups what you are wishing for. But I do know that you're wishing for it, and you've recently started manifesting that is the point. So, but let's keep going. So then we have the Strength, the Three of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. So you've done a lot of thinking about this. This is very clear that you're wondering how much more you can take. That's what's coming out of this card here, which is probably what's driving the energy of this Fool. That you're thinking to yourself, okay, I don't know how much more of this behavior from this person I can take. They're creating conflict on purpose. I don't know how much more I can take. So this energy of the Fool then leads me to believe that you just want to get the heck out of here and just start something brand new. Just take a total leap directly out of this relationship, which then would explain this Magician and the Nine of Cups in the sense that that is what you wish for. You're wishing to have a brand new start, that you want to do over when it comes to your romantic relationship. But then here's where things get a little bit tricky and interesting. Then we have the Three of Pentacles headed straight for you in your immediate future, which tells me that perhaps this person is going to understand what you're trying to communicate to them. If you've not yet communicated to them, it tells me that you are going to, and it's going to lead to this Three of Pentacles type of energy where you're perhaps now starting to work together on trying to solve the issues. But then you see yourself as the Six of Pentacles. So maybe there's something that's unbalanced about this situation, is what I'm getting from that. If there's relationships have to start with a pretty even playing field in order to be successful. And it kind of feels like in this case that this is not a balanced type of relationship. So I'm not getting the feeling necessarily that anyone wants to be in control of the situation, but it just feels like something's not balanced. Somebody brings more to the table than the other person. And I have a feeling that you're the one who's bringing more because you're showing up as the Six of Pentacles. But make it make sense for you. With the Three of Pentacles coming in with the High Priestess in your immediate future, it seems like there is going to be some kind of a meeting of the minds here. And even on a higher spiritual level. And I think this is going to take us back to the energy of the Chariot, which is the card that you chose. It's going to take us back to that energy that you've decided on a spiritual level to take this bull by the horns, so to speak, become this Knight of Swords, move this forward, and communicate what it is that's gone wrong, communicate why this is not an even playing field. And I think that's why, and you've been manifesting this in with the Magician and the Nine of Cups, that this is going to go well. Otherwise, you can't take it anymore and you're going to start over. Okay, I think I finally got all of that. But it does seem in your immediate future, like I said, that there's going to be some kind of a meeting of the minds here, that this person is going to say, oh, okay, well, why didn't you say so in the first place? And it's all just going to kind of fall into place. I know I'm making that sound pretty simple and easy, but I think in this case, that's what I'm getting. So then with the Six of Pentacles, we have the Four of Cups. And yeah, I think that you are feeling very dissatisfied with perhaps if you were giving too much to the situation and you felt like you weren't getting any emotional return from this person. This is how you're seeing yourself. You're seeing yourself as giving, but nobody's giving back. Here you are giving again, and this person is basically ignoring you. So I think that that's what you are getting fed up with, and that is the growing conflict between the two of you. So then we have the Page of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. So the way that, I don't want to get ahead of myself, so let me just slow down a little bit. So the Page of Wands is telling me that there is definitely some good news in your environment, that the universe is really trying to help you with this connection because it does feel like an important connection. This Three of Swords we saw at the beginning, it looks as though it's shaping up to be a huge misunderstanding, and that with a conversation and some talking, there will be some healing and some working together to fix this, because it does seem like it's very important to both of you. But you're still having this feeling that you kind of want to be this Fool. You kind of want to be this Five of Pentacles. It's almost like you have a curiosity of what will that be like if I'm not with this person. You're like, I don't think you've committed to that idea. In fact, you have not committed to that idea of not being with this person. But I think that's why I was getting so much wavering energy from the Magician and the Nine of Cups, is because you're not really clear on what you want. You may be thinking, I wonder what it would be like if I wasn't with this person anymore. And would it be better if I'm not with this person anymore? So that's really what I'm picking up from there. But with the Temperance as your outcome, this is really describing to me that you are going to find your balance in this relationship. You're going to kind of alchemize the good with the bad and the strengths with the weaknesses, and they're going to figure out what they can bring to the table to maybe be more emotionally fulfilling for you, those types of things, it looks like it's going to start balancing out. Because with the Page of Wands, we're getting the Justice card, and that's in your environment. So I think, again, the universe is really trying to give you an assist on this, where it's going to feel as though things are going to be more balanced. If you felt like you were overgiving and not getting enough, the universe is coming in to kind of step in and try to redirect that energy. And then with the Five of Pentacles, we have the Lovers coming in. And this is all about what we were saying. This is a choice for you. What would it be like if I am out in the cold? If I leave this relationship? What would it be like if I take a leap and start something new? Or what would it be like if we started working together and we actually were on the same page and things became more even and balanced? So that's kind of the choice that you're working on right now. And then with the Temperance coming in, we have the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is all about disciplined action. It's purposeful action and it's disciplined action. I know the Seven of Swords tends to always have a bad rap, but that is not the way I read the Seven of Swords, which is why it came out in your outcome. But this is about taking concerted, purposeful action in a disciplined way. It's a very similar energy to the Chariot. Is taking very disciplined, strategic methods and actions towards making this relationship the way you want it to be. So that's it. So it is good news. It does seem like this person that it looks as though you really want them in your energy. You really want them in your life. You want to be able to manifest them, not them, they're already in your life, but manifest a better relationship with them. It seems like that's really coming. Underneath the deck here, we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is the stability that's going to come out of milestones that are going to come out of you using your discipline and moving this forward. And that starts very obviously with you having this conversation and just telling them exactly what it is that's causing you this Three of Swords energy. So let's get a chakra card to see if we can get a little bit more for you and this relationship. So wow, look at that. We have the sacral chakra with relationships. So that's exactly what we've been talking about. So it does feel like there needs to be just a connection. You just have to connect. Look at you two. Look at how cute you are. You love each other. You have a serious bond. You're rooted together. So it does feel like, just if you can get past this miscommunication, whatever that is, it does feel like this is a very hopeful thing. So I'm going to pull a big picture oracle card here too to see what else we can find out for you. And we have the Swords card, and this is all about conflict, which is what we're talking about. And it's just saying, make sure you address this conflict. Make sure you're looking at the bigger picture, you're communicating, because communication is usually everything when it comes to misunderstandings. How easily things can be turned around by just communicating. And then finally, for our ancestor message, we have not stuck. Oh, that's great. So that's just a really hopeful message that you're not stuck in this Three of Swords energy. You're headed towards your Temperance. You just have to alchemize a few things, and you certainly just have to connect and communicate. So that is your reading. Please let me know if that was resonant for you and how it was. And we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye. So for those of you who chose the Empress card from the Rider-Waite deck, this is your reading. So you look like a badass sitting here as the Empress, so good for you. If you did not listen to the intro of this video, that's perfectly fine, obviously, but I will just remind or tell you again, or for the first time, that I am picking up an energy of someone who is around you, who is a little bit of a tricky energy, someone who it feels like they might have some kind of a lack mentality, some kind of a Eeyore type of attitude where they just feel sorry for themselves, a victim mentality, that kind of a person in your energy. But it also feels as though you're being lifted out of it. So whether you're raising your own vibration out of it, or if your guides are helping you to kind of navigate through it and up and out of it, that's what I'm getting. But with you showing up as the Empress already, I do get the feeling that this is, you are raising your own vibration, and you are kind of just getting yourself out of the frequency of whoever this person is in your energy who feels super tricky to you. So let's get started. I'm going to do a 9-card spread and with some clarifiers, and then I'm going to get some chakra cards, an oracle card, and messages from your ancestors. So look at that. We are starting with the Devil and the 8 of Swords, yikes, and the Queen of Pentacles. So here's the good news, if you want me to start with the good news first. The good news is you are showing up as the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. So this is confirming that feeling that you are rising above this energy around you, and you're doing it on your own terms. There may be spirit and spiritual guidance involved, but for the most part, you've done the work yourself. You have certainly done the work yourself, especially with the Strength card showing up here. And we'll get to all of that. But you are certainly 100% dealing with a person who I was already picking up on, who is really in your energy and is causing you some problems. The Devil is definitely confirming that I felt someone tricky in your energy. I think you feel kind of stuck. I think you know it's time to go. I think that you have learned everything you need to learn from this situation, all the mistakes perhaps that you've made, and it doesn't matter to you that you've made mistakes, because that's how you grow. That's how you learn. That's why we're here. That's why we make soul contracts with people, to learn things. So it does feel like you understand with all of these swords, you understand what has gone on. But with the Devil and the 8 of Swords, I think you do kind of still feel stuck. But again, the good news is you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. And if there are ever energies that can rise above the Devil and the 8 of Swords, it is these 2 cards. So that's great. With the Devil, you have the Strength card coming in. And again, this is confirmation to me that you've done the work. You're willing to do the work. You can do the work. You can continue to do the work. This is aggravating. It's tiring. It's cumbersome, but you know you're going to do it. And look at this with the Star coming in with the 8 of Swords. This is just more confirmation that, yeah, I've got this. You know you've got this. You're healing from this situation. You're learning from this situation. You're strong enough to handle it. And you're better for it with this Queen of Pentacles. So in your past position, you have the 9 of Swords showing up here, which is kind of just, it's the next in succession after the 8 of Swords, that you know enough is enough. It's enough. The 9s are the end. You've crossed the finish line. So why are we still here? So let's find out. Let's keep going. So you have the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. So you are certainly, it almost gives this feeling that whoever this person is that is really probably in a sense not good for you, or healthy, I suppose is the way to put it. It kind of feels like you still want to work on it, though. It's giving this energy that with the 3 of Pentacles that you're thinking, well, maybe this could still work. Maybe I could still make this work with this person. So it's a really interesting juxtaposition here that you have the Strength and the Star, I'm going to heal from this. I'm going to overcome this. I'm the Queen of Pentacles. I am the Empress. I can do anything. I am the Empress. But yet you're wavering and saying, well, hold on, maybe I can still make this work. Especially with the Nine of Cups coming in here. And we already said the nines are the end. The nines are the finish line. This should be done. It feels like it's done, at least with what the cards are telling me. But you are still saying, no, hold on. Maybe I can still make this work, which is interesting, right? That's an interesting energy for you to be thinking that this could still work based on what you're telling me with your cards. So coming up in your near future, you have the Two of Swords and the Five of Wands. So it's almost like this Five of Wands is you. This is you, like fighting with yourself. Like you cannot make a decision. You're wavering on what you want with this Two of Swords. Like, should I release this person because I know they're unhealthy for me? Or do I keep them for whatever reasons I want to still work this out? But it's like every time you waver, it's like you almost like kick your own ass. Like you're like, oh, why would I do that? That's such a stupid thing to do. Or like this feels like this is just like your inner thoughts and you're fighting with yourself. That's what that feels like. So this is giving a similar message because you see yourself as being part of a partnership, but it's coming in with the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is a very independent energy. This is someone who goes off by him or herself and really is not interested in cups. They're interested in swords. They're interested in ideas and plans and strategies, and there's really not a lot of heart chakra going on with the Knight of Swords, not usually. So again, this is like a contradiction of how you even see yourself, that you're saying, oh, well, I love this person, so I should stay with them. But then you're also going, no, let's get out of here. Like, let me get on my horse and let me get out as fast as humanly possible. So this is very clear that you are unclear about how you want to even proceed with this. So let's keep going. So then we have the Three of Swords, the Justice card, and the Six of Swords. So there's no question that the environment that's being created by this person in your energy who is showing up as the devil, there is no question whatsoever that they are creating conflict in your energy. There's no question about that. It's right here in your environment. And I don't even think you're questioning that. I think you know that this person causes you conflict and causes you strife. But with the Justice showing up here, it's very clear to me that you still feel like things are going to balance out and that you just think, given time, things will balance themselves out. And I don't know if that is optimistic of you to think that. We'll pull a few more clarifiers to see where this is going. It feels a bit optimistic that you are still thinking that this devil who is causing so much emotional conflict for you, that it's still going to even out and balance out, especially because you are the Empress. It doesn't really make sense to me that an Empress would stay in this environment. But again, I want to keep going. So with the Three of Swords, we have the Two of Wands. This energy is now just really starting to repeat itself because the message is coming through so clearly that you are still trying to make a decision about whether you want to stay in this environment of conflict. Like how much longer you're going to give this before you finally move on and become this Knight of Swords and just get the heck out of here because you are the Empress, right? So with the Justice, we're getting the Knight of Pentacles. So I think what's happening here, especially with the Knight of Pentacles popping up here with the Justice, I think that your devil person, here she is. Your devil person is like doing some work. I think they're not doing zero work. I think they are putting in some effort. The effort has just been so slow that it might even feel a bit like breadcrumbs. That's what I'm getting with the Justice coming in with the Knight of Pentacles. But it does help me to understand why you might still be hanging out, Two of Wands, in this toxic environment, Three of Swords. Like, why are you still hanging out in this when you are this? So this helps me to understand it, that maybe every once in a while your person shows up and does something or gives you something or tries to do something or whatever that is, make it work for you. But that's why you're thinking, well, maybe eventually they'll get there. So I'm just going to hang out and see what happens. So then we have the Six of Swords coming in with the Ten of Pentacles. So this is very clear to me that you moving away from this energy, which is the energy of the Six of Swords. This is kind of spirit putting wind in your back and saying, just get out of here. This person is not changing. This person is probably never going to change. This person showed up as the devil. They didn't show up as the Five of Swords or the Five of Wands. I mean, you showed up as the Five of Wands, but we understand why now. But this person showed up as the devil. And the devil is not going to change. Not with a little bit of Knight of Pentacles energy, they're not. So this is very clear to me that this Six of Swords is really, it's really Spirit's way of saying, let's move this forward. And if you do, you will get your blessings. Releasing this person is going to open something for you because we have the Ten of Pentacles showing up. So it's almost like you're holding back your own destiny the longer you sit in this energy. And that moving forward and closing this door is going to open something really big for you, because Spirit is always giving blessings for when we learn our lessons and we do the thing. And then do you guys want to see something super cool? Underneath the deck is the King of Pentacles and the Empress. These are both you. These both represent you. The Empress and the King of Pentacles with your Ten of Pentacles. But what you have to do to reach that is to release this person or learn the lesson, make it make sense for you. But that's very clear what's coming through here. So let's get a chakra card. So hopefully that was confirmation for someone who was looking for the answer, because what I really don't like seeing is the Empress in this energy. There's absolutely no reason for an Empress to be in this energy. And that's where at least you were recently. At a very minimum, where you are right now is you're arguing with yourself. And that is, you don't have to. Look at who you are. Look at your potential. This is amazing. I love this reading. So what did we even get here? We got the root chakra with family. So for some of you, this could be a family member that we are talking about. This does not have to be a romantic relationship whatsoever. And since we drew the family card, I'm feeling strongly guided to now say that this could be a family member for a lot of you that you're dealing with, that you really need to release this person. And that would also explain why you're wavering so much, because it's really difficult to release family members. It truly is. It's one of the hardest things that we can do in our soul contracts, are releasing family members. So it is giving me some more clarity on why you're arguing with yourself about it, why you're giving this person more time, why you're hanging out in toxic energies, why you're allowing them to maybe give you the bare minimum and you're not cutting them off. But what this is really telling me is that this is the contract you made with this person, and that releasing them is the answer, or at least distancing yourself from them is the answer, and then you will get your blessings. That couldn't be more clear. So then let's get a big picture oracle card to see if we can get a little bit more information. So we have the Anchor, and this is about stability. So it does feel, this energy does feel very unstable. As we've said, you are fluctuating between the Two of Cups and wanting to love this person. And again, now I understand why you're fluctuating. If this is a family member, for some of you, this could be a parent. For some of you, this could be your children. And I'm not talking about young children. I'm talking about grown children. You are never to just release your children. That's not what I'm talking about. I hope you understand that. But we could be talking about adult children. that you really want to help and be loving with them, but you also are saying, wow, I really need to stop letting this person depend on me the way they are, or something like that. Then again, we have you with this Two of Wands. You're just kind of waiting in this toxic environment. So this is still, it's this kind of unstable energy. And you're hoping that this somehow, these breadcrumbs are going to even themselves out. So again, this is kind of unstable energy. But the anchor is here reminding you to stabilize. The anchor is here saying, if you get on this raft or this canoe or whatever this thing is, and you row away from this person and go another way, then you'll be able to drop your anchor and have stability. That is exactly what that is saying to me. Not to mention that stability often comes in the form of money and resources too, which looks like it's clearly in your future if you can do that, if you can move away from this energy. So let's finally pull a message from your ancestors. And we have life path. Wow. So this is more confirmation. I think that this was definitely, most certainly, a soul contract that you made with this person before you even were here on this earth in the 3D. And that part of your life's path, which is why you're showing up as why you're showing up as the King of Pentacles and being blessed with the 10 of Pentacles and the Empress, is because this is part of your life path. This is part of why you are here. These are the things and the lessons that you have to learn. That's why we came here to Earth School. So, wow, what an interesting reading. It's a tough one too. I'm not going to tell you that this is an easy energy that you are in. I mean, this is not an easy energy. But we now know what Spirit is trying to tell you, that releasing, or at least putting some distance or some space between you, is really going to pay off with some blessings. So, so that is your reading. So please let me know if this was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.